Good evening, Neverwinter. This is Gus, and this is my last chicken build before the new combat changes come, whenever that could be. It could be a month, or it could be 3 months, but I don't foresee anything major with this build being changed. Um, the reason why there's so many changes with this build. Hey, boo. Yeah. Oh. Oh, good. Babe, take as long as you want. Have fun. Go to Costco. Yeah, Sebastian fell asleep about 10 minutes ago, and Hunter just ate Ollie's and is watching a movie. Mm-hmm. I love you too, Mama. Have fun and drive safe. Bye. Good evening, Neverwinter. This is Gus, and this is my last, hopefully, chicken Zariel build before the major combat rebuild comes. I don't think it's a mod, I think it's just a change. But anyways, the reason for this is console just unlocked milestone 4, which gave us a lot of new gears, which means we can make adjustments. This build is actually much stronger than the previous build that I had uploaded in version 2, and that build was pretty insane damage. This is really good in Zariel. Hopefully this isn't 20 minutes. I'm just going to go over the changes that I made over the last time. So I'm still using the Blessed Helm of the Skyblazer. Well, it's been upgraded by 30 item level. Still using Scavenger or Ribcage. I'm not using Scavengers because even though it gives a little bit more power, these stats are so much greater, and there's no way I'd come close to caps without these stats. I replaced the IC gloves with the Blessed Divine Raid Bracers, and people go, that's only 10 item level more, big deal. Well, watch this. Look at my crit, 90,001. So if I did not have this 10 points, I would not be capped on crit strike. So those points do add up. And really, what else am I going to do if I got most of my other stuff on? I also, the big changes, I now am wearing the rusted iron leggings. I was using the boots from the T3 hunts because they had defense, and I needed that defense, but with the new gears, we've been able to make changes so we can run with these boots. On all 4 of the gears, I have the 880 power instead of hit points like we did last time. I'm running 2 leading rings because they all have combat advantage, and as you can see, the 140 cap is barely reached. It would be very challenging to do without these 2 rings. Oh, these 2 are different. So I'm using the T3 Hunt pants and shirt. The pants is a no-brainer. It's 5300 defense. Now the shirt, this one, I have this one that gives 10% chance on a crit strike to reduce your counter power by 1, but also has 5300 crit strike. I could replace that with the where are you? I forget what they look like. They're in here somewhere. The upper pack pants, which have they have less crit strike and a more combat advantage. Well, this build doesn't need combat advantage, and the crit strike I would have to use an Azure to make up for that lost crit. So I would gain a little bit more power as long as my stamina was pretty full with these pants, with this shirt, and I should use it, or I could, but I don't know which is better because this shirt potentially lowers cooldowns by a second, which is a lot for HRs because we're running 6 encounters. So is the other shirt better? Maybe, but I don't want to keep sliding Azures everywhere because the sorbet and alpha copy, go off as the power. So you're probably getting more power. You're losing. Well, actually, I'd have to do the math. Don't quote me on it. But I'm using the crit ones. You can use either. You just have to make adjustment. Another thing about this build is I'm a little bit short defense, which is fine because I'm at 520 hit points now. But in a group, you'd have the VIP bonus. You'd be at about 532, and I'm okay being 770 defense short with 32,000 hit points over the 500, recommendation. I also tend to run with the 2 overloads because we just did we just had the Harvester of Nightmares. So the resiliency of death 5% damage reduction is huge. I mean, I could probably easily run with 500k with this and be just fine. But I like having room for error, so if I do die, I can still use the watermelon sorbet again instead of using the Caprice. What's also interchangeable is if you're in a group that will let you, you can take off those gears and run with the frozen debuff as well as the artifacts, and defense will be a little bit lower, but you'll still be capped on your other stuff. Crit strike is a little bit short, but you notice the hit points. You'd be at 562. I could make adjustments on that. I could replace. I could make an adjustment to get that extra defense if I could use these frozen. These are so much damage. They add more ability points. They add stacking damage on every hit. They're really good. I think that's about covers it. I moved a little bit of points off of con and put them into dexterity for extra crit strike. I could take these 1, 2, 3, 4 points out of con and put them in dexterity, and it would be a little bit stronger. But I still like having the cushion of extra hit points. Powers, nothing changed except for right here. I'm not 100% certain of these, but this is what I've seen. When you run binding snares, you gain extra AP, and the roots last for 3 seconds longer. So instead of 6 seconds, they last 9. Well, the thing with Zariel is every time she phases or jumps, the tick damage doesn't keep going like in Tom with Hollister. So I pretty much we can have roots going most of the time, and I believe every time we use a ranged encounter, increases all of our damage by 10%. Maybe it's just ranged attacks, I don't know, but I think it's all of them. I'm not too good at testing. If somebody knows better, please let me know in the comments below. But I'm using Predator now, which means we're losing AP, which we need for Disruptive Shot. So these pants, I didn't have last time, but I was able to get a hold of them. I don't know how much AP they give, but anything's better than nothing right now. With them AP we're losing from the power, from taking off binding snares. Boons are all the same. You want to use res sickness. I don't know about any of those. Crit severity. And hit points. Campaigns, I would like to have 1 more crit, which I don't have, and 1 or 2 more defense, which I don't have. The companions, I believe last time I was only running 1 offensive. The baby deep crown raptors, we have more power because of that. I am using the Staldorf, and as you can see, I'm slightly over on the cap, but barely. There might be a way to jungle it around where you could take off Staldorf and put on another damage like Batiri. I just don't know how. And Slime and Compy. I'm not 100% certain which is better, either Baby Deep Crow or Batiri. I'm just going with the sexy power, but if Batiri is that much more powerful than the Deep Crow, please let me know. But keep in mind, the power isn't typical of an augment build. It's very deceiving power. It's 172, but with everything procced, I'm probably 210, 220, I don't know. But it's up there. But it's not as high where the Battery would be more effective than 8,000 more hit power is. I wish I knew math better. Also, our gears changed. Instead of running the 12K arm pen, I'm running the 13K arm pen. And I still have the accuracy and combat advantage. It's all good. I would like to replace that with pure accuracy if I could. It's just too much combat advantage, but maybe there's a way. If somebody knows, please let me know. And the map power, 2 Gladiator Guiles, 3 Warlord's Inspirations. I have all Dominance and Fortitudes. If I needed to get more defense to run the journals set, I would just start swapping out Dominances for defense probably. What else we got? Because this hit points is so high, it'd be at 560. You can be at 500k with the 5% damage reduction and use the dominant force. That is ton of that's very strong. But of course the defense is misleading right there. I'd probably put a couple points back into Constitution. But I need all the protection I can get right now, and I'm not that comfortable to run at 500k, so I'll use Stalwart. The collars, the only ones that really probably help are the encounter powers, the recharge speed, and the movement speed. Movement speed helps keeps you alive and gets you to or faster to start doing your melee attacks. And then the outgoing healing, I don't know if that does anything. I think we did a quick breakdown. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching Neverwinter, and stay classy. Appreciate the tips from the last version 2 build. If you got any more tips or questions, please comment